What will happen in 12 trillion years? There are a lot of doomsdays that will happen. Doomsday events that will happen in the next 100,000 years, a million, or even in a billion. Let's go on this journey together and see what happens. 1 billion years from now, the sun becomes 10% brighter. The average surface temperature of Earth is now 47 degrees Celsius. The oceans are constantly evaporating and moving to the poles, where the poles will only be the places to hold water on Earth. 1 billion years from now, the sun will be so bright, in fact, it causes its habitable zone to move to Mars. So, if humans still survive in 1.5 billion years from now, then they should go to Mars. 2.8 billion years from now, the sun is immensely bright. Now the average surface temperature on Earth, average surface temperature is now even 149 degrees Celsius. That is incredibly hot enough to evaporate water. So at this point, even the poles won't have any water. 3.3 billion years from now, Mercury's orbit will become unstable, causing it to collide with the sun, smash into Venus, get ejected from the solar system, or in the worst case scenario, it collides with Earth. In 3.8 billion years, the Andromeda Galaxy, which is even bigger than the Milky Way, is at a 4 billion year-long collision course with us. When they finally collide, the two galaxies will merge into a single galaxy called Milkomeda. 7.6 billion years from now, the sun becomes 260 times larger. This is so large, in fact, that its outer layers or outer atmosphere would reach the Earth. 7.9 billion years ago, 50 billion years from now, Earth, Mercury, Venus, or maybe Earth too, will be totally swallowed by our ever-expanding red giant sun. It's theorized that a moon of Saturn called Titan could achieve surface temperatures warm enough to support life. 8.2 billion years from now, the sun shrinks dramatically. It sheds its outer layers out into space. Now the core becomes a dim star, a bright hot star called a white dwarf. This white dwarf will evaporate in the next quadrillion years, which is the one with 15 zeros. The evaporation will cool it down to a black dwarf. 450 billion years from now is when all of the galaxies in the local group, which is 54 to be exact, collide into one single megagalaxy that spans tens of millions of light years across. In 4 trillion years, our nearest star after the sun, called Proxima Centauri, a red dwarf star, will die out to a white dwarf as the sun did trillions of years before it. Finally, in 12 trillion years, the last remaining red dwarf passes on. What is left is the remains: white dwarfs, neutron stars, brown dwarfs, and black holes.